Welcome back to HD Coins World. Today, we're uncovering 5 Lincoln pennies that could be worth a fortune. Some of these rare finds are hiding in plain sight, and collectors are paying big money for them. Could you have one in your collection? Let's get started. Number 1. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny, an ordinary-looking coin that could be worth a fortune. Many people overlook pennies, tossing them aside as spare change. But what if you had one that collectors are willing to pay thousands for? Hidden in these small copper coins are rare varieties, mint errors, and pristine conditions that can turn a simple penny into a collector's dream. What makes a penny valuable? It's not just about age. Some old coins are common, while others are extremely rare due to limited mintage, unique minting errors, or exceptional preservation. If you want to know whether your 1950 penny is worth more than just 1 cent, I'll show you exactly what to look for. The first thing collectors check is the rarity factor. While millions of 1950 pennies were struck at the Denver Mint, only a small percentage exist in high grades today. Circulated pennies with heavy wear are common, but an uncirculated example with sharp details and a clean surface can be a different story. A flawless specimen can command staggering prices at auction. Key dates and mint marks play a crucial role in determining value. The 1950 penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The D on this penny signifies it was minted in Denver. While this particular year wasn't the lowest mintage, rare error varieties and well-preserved coins have made it highly collectible. Mint errors can turn a standard penny into a true rarity. Some of the most valuable 1950 wheat pennies feature striking mistakes that happened during production, making them unique. The most sought-after errors include the double die obverse, where parts of the design appear slightly doubled, and the repunched mint mark, where the D appears stamped more than once. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and clipped planchets are other errors that can raise a coin's value significantly. Condition and grading are major factors in determining how much a penny is worth. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to mint state, MS70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A heavily circulated 1950 penny might only be worth a few cents, while an uncirculated one with sharp details and no wear can fetch thousands. The highest grades, such as MS65 or MS67, are where prices skyrocket. Demand and collector interest play a role in determining a coin's market value. Just because a coin is old doesn't mean it's valuable. Coins with historical significance, rare errors, or high grades tend to attract collectors willing to pay premium prices. Over time, the demand for certain coins can drive their value even higher. Where can you find a valuable 1950 wheat penny? Surprisingly, they can still be discovered in old coin collections, estate sales, flea markets, and even in rolls of pennies from the bank. Checking pocket change may not always yield results, but searching through large quantities of pennies increases the chances of finding a hidden gem. If you come across a rare penny, proper care is essential. Valuable coins should never be cleaned, as even the slightest attempt to remove dirt or oxidation can reduce their worth. Storing them in protective holders, such as coin flips or slabs, can prevent damage and help preserve their condition for future collectors. Now, let's talk about the big numbers. While most 1950 pennies are worth only a few cents, rare specimens in exceptional condition have reached astonishing prices at auction. Some of the finest examples have sold for $15,200 to $68,000 and even more in top-tier auctions. Could you be holding one of these valuable pennies? If you've ever found an old coin in your change, let me know in the comments. What's the most interesting penny you've ever come across? And if you want to learn more about rare coins worth serious money, make sure to subscribe for more incredible finds. Number 2. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Could this simple coin in your pocket be worth thousands? Let's find out exactly what to look for and why some of these pennies have become incredibly valuable. Not every 1954 penny is special, but certain factors make some of them rare and highly sought after. Rarity, errors, condition, and collector demand all play a role in determining a penny's worth. The 1954 Dewey penny was struck at the Denver Mint. Millions were produced, but don't let that fool you. Some rare varieties exist that command high prices at auction. Key features like double die errors, repunched mint marks, and high-grade condition can make all the difference. Double die pennies show noticeable doubling on letters, numbers, or Lincoln's portrait. If the date, or the word Liberty, appears slightly doubled, you may have a rare variety. Repunched mint marks occur when the D was stamped more than once, sometimes appearing as a shadowed or overlapping letter. This error increases the value significantly. Off-center strikes and clipped planchets are also valuable. A coin struck off-center can be worth much more, especially if part of the design is missing but the date is still visible. Clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is cut off, are another collector favorite. Condition matters. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Higher grade pennies, with sharp details and no wear, sell for much more than worn ones. If you find a 1954 D penny in near perfect condition, it could be extremely valuable. Where can you find these valuable pennies? Check old jars, bank rolls, or even pocket change. Estate sales and flea markets can also be great places to uncover hidden treasures. If you find a rare penny, store it properly in a coin holder to prevent damage. Handling it carefully and keeping it free from dirt and scratches will help maintain its value. So, how much can a rare 1954 Dewey penny be worth? In auctions, these coins have sold for as much as $10,200 to $60,000 and more. Have you ever found an old wheat penny? Let me know in the comments. Number 3. The 1957 D Lincoln wheat penny. Could this simple 1-cent coin be worth thousands? You might have one sitting in a jar, tucked away in an old collection, or even in your pocket right now. But what makes a penny valuable? Let's break it down step by step. Not all 1957 D pennies are worth a fortune, but certain factors can make them highly valuable. Key dates, mint marks, errors, condition, and collector demand all play a role. Understanding these factors can help you identify whether you have a rare penny that could be worth serious money. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and Denver, marked with a D below the date. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of these pennies, but some rare varieties exist that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. One of the most important things to look for is mint errors and varieties. Some of the most valuable 1957 D pennies have dramatic errors, including doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and striking mistakes. A double die obverse is one of the most desirable errors. This happens when the coin's design is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect. If you examine Lincoln's profile, the date, or the words, "In God We Trust," and see a slight doubling, you might have a valuable variety. Another key error is the repunched mint mark (RPM). Sometimes the D mint mark was punched more than once, leading to a shadowed or overlapping effect. Even so, repunching can increase the value significantly. Off-center strikes and clipped planchets are also sought after by collectors. An off-center error occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a cutting mistake, are also highly collectible. Condition and grading, even without errors. A 1957 D penny can be valuable if it's in pristine condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, uncirculated coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. Circulated coins, those used in everyday transactions, often show wear and tear, which reduces their worth. But a well-preserved 1957 D penny, with sharp details and no major damage, could fetch high prices. Demand and collector interest. Not all old coins are valuable, but the Lincoln Wheat Penny series remains one of the most collected in U.S. history. The demand for rare 1957 D pennies keeps prices high, especially for coins with unique errors or near-perfect condition. Where to find valuable pennies? You don't need to be a professional coin dealer to find valuable pennies. Check your pocket change, old coin jars, or rolls of pennies from the bank. Estate sales, flea markets, and online auctions can also be great places to discover hidden gems. Protecting your valuable penny. If you find a rare penny, proper storage is key. Use a coin holder or album to prevent damage from moisture, dirt, and scratches. Avoid handling the coin with your fingers. Use gloves or hold it by the edges to maintain its condition. And if you believe you have a truly valuable piece, consider getting it professionally graded. So, how much can a rare 1957 D Lincoln wheat penny be worth? In auctions, these coins have sold for as much as $12,000 to $56,000 and more. Have you ever found an old wheat penny in your collection? Let me know in the comments. Number 4. The 1953 D Lincoln wheat penny. Could this simple copper coin be worth a small fortune? You might be carrying one in your pocket right now without realizing it. But how do you know if you have a valuable one? That's exactly what we're going to uncover today. Not all 1953 D pennies are valuable, but some have unique features that make them incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. Knowing what to look for could turn an ordinary penny into an extraordinary find. The 1953 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If your penny has a small D mint mark beneath the date, it was struck in Denver. While millions were produced, not all of them are equal in value. Certain errors, varieties, and conditions can push their worth into the thousands. Some pennies are far rarer than others because of minting mistakes. These errors are what make a coin truly unique. One of the most desirable errors is the double die obverse (DDO). This happens when the coin's design is imprinted twice, slightly offset, creating a visible doubling effect. Look closely at Lincoln's profile, the date, and the lettering. If you see noticeable doubling, your coin could be worth a substantial amount. Another key variety is the repunched mint mark (RPM). During the 1950s, the mint mark was manually punched onto the coin dies. Sometimes, the worker accidentally struck it twice, leaving a shadowed or overlapping effect on the D mint mark. If you spot this on your penny, you could have a valuable variety. Off-center strikes are another rare find. If the design of the penny appears shifted or misaligned, this could be a valuable minting error. The more off-center the strike, while still showing the full date, the higher its potential value. There's also the die crack or BIE error, which occurs when a small raised line appears between the B and E in Liberty, due to a crack in the die. Collectors love these unique varieties, and they often fetch higher prices at auctions. Beyond errors, the overall condition and grading of a 1953 D penny plays a huge role in determining its worth. A well-preserved penny with crisp details and original mint luster is far more valuable than a worn-down one. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades fetching the highest prices. A penny in MS65 or above can sell for significantly more than one that has circulated heavily. Collector demand is another major factor. While millions of 1953 D pennies exist, only a small percentage have rare errors or exceptional condition. The scarcer a coin is, the higher collectors are willing to pay to own one. If you're wondering where to find these valuable pennies, start by searching your own collection. Old coin jars, family keepsakes, and even rolls from the bank could hold a hidden gem. Flea markets, estate sales, and online auctions are also great places to discover rare coins. Once you find a valuable penny, it's important to store it properly. Coins should be kept in protective holders to prevent scratches, tarnishing, or other damage. Even small imperfections can reduce a coin's value, so handle them carefully. So, how much can a rare 1953 D Lincoln wheat penny be worth? Some of these coins have sold for $4,200 to $57,000 and more at auctions, depending on their rarity, condition, and unique errors. If you want to learn what makes a coin truly rare, and avoid getting fooled, subscribe now and watch every video till the end. That's where I reveal the real hidden gems. Number 5. The 1951 wee penny might seem like an ordinary coin, but what if I told you that some of these pennies have sold for staggering amounts? That's right. Hidden among millions of these coins are rare varieties and valuable errors that collectors are willing to pay thousands, even over $100,000 for. But how do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? Today, we're breaking it down step by step, so stick around till the end, because that's where the real surprises are. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1951 wee penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If your penny has no mint mark under the date, it was struck in Philadelphia. A small d means it came from Denver, and an s indicates San Francisco. Each of these mints produced millions of these coins, but not all of them are created equal. Some are significantly rarer due to mint errors, low survival rates, and high-grade conditions. One of the most valuable factors in determining rarity is the coin's condition. A heavily worn penny will be worth only a few cents, but a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition? That's where things get exciting. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. But condition alone isn't everything. Errors and varieties are where the true treasures lie. Let's go step by step on what to look for. First, check for doubling on the obverse, especially on the date and lettering. This is known as a double die error, and some of the most valuable 1951 pennies have this rare characteristic. The doubling might be subtle, so you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to see it clearly. If you spot it, congratulations, you might be holding onto a coin worth a small fortune. Next, look for off-center strikes. If the design is noticeably shifted away from the center, leaving a large blank area on one side, this is a highly desirable mint error. The more dramatic the shift, the rarer and more valuable the penny becomes. Another variety collectors search for is the repunched mint mark. This happens when the mint mark was accidentally stamped more than once, leaving a slightly overlapping or shadowed appearance. If you see a D or S that looks like it was struck twice, you may have a valuable variety in your hands. Now, let's talk about something that can take a common penny and turn it into a collector's dream: full red luster. When a 1951 wheat penny retains its original red shine, untouched by time and oxidation, it commands premium prices. Collectors are always looking for these blazing red examples because they are much rarer than brown or toned pennies. So, how much can these coins be worth? Well, for a typical 1951 wheat penny in circulated condition, the value might only be a few cents. But if you find a high-grade red example or one with a rare error, prices start to climb fast. Some of these pennies have sold for as much as $1,400, and that's just the beginning. The most valuable 1951 wheat pennies, especially those with extraordinary mint errors or near-perfect preservation, have reached astonishing figures of $127,000 and beyond at major auctions. Now, imagine finding one of these in your collection or even in pocket change. That's why checking every detail matters. Have you ever come across a 1951 wee penny? Do you check your coins for errors? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to keep learning about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the next hidden gem.